A very good morning to you and welcome to your Breakfast Primetime Bulletin. I'm Katharina Chang and you're joining us here live from our News First studios here in Colombo. Let's now take a look at what's making headlines this morning. Indian fishermen who were illegally fishing within the maritime border arrested. The University Grants Commission says that cut-off marks for university entrance to be released next week. White House debt ceiling postponed. Now taking a look at those stories in detail. 37 Indian fishermen who have violated the Sri Lankan maritime border have been arrested by the Sri Lankan Navy. Navy spokesman Commander Coastal Varnakulya Surya said that 9 trawlers used by the fishermen have been seized by the Navy as well.
While 14 Indian fishermen and 4 trawlers were taken into custody in close proximity to the Delft island, another 22 Indian fishermen and 5 trawlers were caught in Thale-Manar. The Navy spokesperson noted that steps have been taken to bring the fishermen who were arrested in Delft island to Thale-Manar. He added that the fishermen are to be handed over to the police.
Deputy Minister of Finance Dr. Sarath Amunagama says that the development in the Western economy will be beneficial to Sri Lanka. He expressed these views upon arriving in Sri Lanka after attending a summit organized by the International Monetary Fund in Washington, United States.
What is very clear is that there is now recovery, global recovery, particularly in America and also in Europe, perhaps not to the same extent that we anticipated, not to the same pace, but there is a recovery, which is very good news for Sri Lanka because one of our key challenges is to improve our exports. Sri Lanka must pay much more attention to getting the best out of our exports. And with the expansion of our markets, basically our market is from the West, and with that expansion, we should have a better chance for export sector.
That subsequent to the summit, discussions were held between Sri Lanka and the Iranian finance minister.
I had discussions with the Iranian Minister of Finance. He is hopeful that some accommodation, some agreement with America is possible under the new Iranian government. And if that happens, then some of the problems that have arisen as regards the embargo about Iranian funds coming to Sri Lanka, particularly our Umayyad payments, then payments for tea, then our payments for oil, then also payments for the electricity expansion, rural electricity expansion under Iranian aid. All these things, I think, will take a favorable turn for the better.
The University Grants Commission says that the cut-off marks needed for the students to enter university will be released on the 1st of next month. Chairman of the Commission, Professor Shanika Hirumuregama, noted that the finalization of the cut-off marks are nearly complete.
The Secretariat stated that 24,000 university students will be eligible to enter university. New courses have also been introduced for the students entering university this year. Meanwhile, the Commission also stated that the leadership training program for new enrollments will commence subsequent to the Chogam summit due to be held in November.
A group of migrant workers who illegally travelled to Australia and were deported back to the island is due to be produced before court today. Acting police media spokesman SSP Ajit Rohan said that this group is currently under the custody of the Criminal Investigations Department.
40 persons who have been illegally living in Australia were deported back to the island by air and arrived last morning. Amongst the group, 12 were reported to be women while 8 were children. Acting police media spokesperson Ajit Rohan said that the group travelled to Christmas Island from Pulmude on the 7th of last month.
Let's take a look at today's currency exchange rates. Let's now take a look at today's weather forecast in major towns and cities across the island. Well, that's a wrap of this edition of Breakfast Primetime News. It was a pleasure having you with us. For the News First team, I'm Katharina Chang. Have a pleasant day ahead.